am Chasity Saunders, and I am a professional actress and model. And that is what I do. I also write a fashion and beauty column for Jones Magazine called Ahead of the Curve. So I like to think of myself as beauty and brains, not just in front of the camera, but behind the scenes as well, with a voice. So that's me. Well, first of all, I'm very excited and proud to be the lead in this film. I am falling in love with Bella Armstrong's character every single day that I'm on set. I do get a lot of offers, but I was really excited to take on this project when I found out that it would be Teewai-Gold and Royalty Films, because I know the professionalism that goes behind any project working with you gentlemen. So it was one of those things where I kind of had to put some other things on the back burner to take this on, but I was happy to do so. Whenever I get a chance to work my instrument as an actor and to be creative, it's one that's a very special moment for me. So getting a chance to step outside of what I do as a model, as most people might see me and in an Ashley Stewart ad or working with the Knowles, this is what I really love. It's what I'm passionate about. I've been in classes and perfecting my craft for a very long time. I actually went to college for theater, and whenever I get a chance to really express myself creatively on film, it's bliss. I'm a Southern belle. I'm from Virginia, but I've lived in New York for 5 years now, and I work in the entertainment business. So I've definitely not lost who I am, but I've created a harder exterior. I love to take on characters where it's really going to force me to work, to really dig deep, and to go outside of myself and to bring myself to another character. Bella Armstrong's character she's very soft and pink. She's a lovely young lady. She's very sweet. And the thing that I loved about this script most is that she represents all American women. And I think that that's something important. I think that this film has so many great angles where so many different people will be able to watch this film and identify with it. So being able to, in a sense, be an image activist for all African American women out there who decide to marry outside of their culture, I thought that that was a very important role to play, and it definitely weighed heavily on the choice to play Bella. I think ultimately it will definitely dispel a lot of the myths, a lot of the false truths out there. Personally, I think that it's a misjudgment for people to think that there are all of these differences. For me, I came into the project and I learned about these differences. It's not something that I already held heavily on my heart. It's just was not there. So, for a lot of people watching the film, they may think that there are all of these judgments that are out there, but for a lot of Americans, those judgments just don't exist. For me personally, they just did not exist. I think that it all starts in the home. And like you said, the difference between Africans and African Americans, no matter where you're from, it all starts in the home, and it starts with the morals and the beliefs that are instilled in you at a young age. I'm very fortunate to say that I know that I've been able to get as far as I have in my career by having a solid foundation, and that is my family, and them teaching me to love others no matter what race, no matter what cultural background. This film kind of touched me closely because I've actually dated outside of my, different religious backgrounds and things of that nature. So I was able to take from my own experiences and bring it to this project. So I think ultimately there'll be a lot of people out there that'll see this film and it will hit home for them, and we'll be able to really talk about some really important issues that people are going through. Well, definitely for stereotypes, they're out there. They just exist. And I think that ultimately it's the media that that gives us those things. I think that from a young age, what you see in magazines and what you see on television and what you read in books, put those thoughts into your mind. I think as you grow older and you mature and you come into your own self, you can kind of distinguish which ones that you'll go for and which ones you won't. But those stereotypes are just there. They exist. So I think that by exploring those stereotypical things in this film, I know with, interacting with the ladies, some of the things I've heard, I actually get to see, like behind the set, on stage, wherever we are, I'm getting to see those things up close and personal. So I'm getting to really interact with it. But a lot of times people, they just don't know and they prejudge things. So, I think that it'll be great to really see those things explored. I think that the script was written beautifully. I think that all of the characters have a lot of levels and a lot of layers, and we'll really get down to the bottom of African American women and African women, and it'll be something really, really interesting to see. I mean, I really think that it was pretty genius, the way that you all put together such a huge production behind the role of Bella. It was so thought out, and I feel really, really lucky and blessed as an actor to get to do some of the things that I got to do. One of the most important things that prepared me for this role was the documentary that will accompany the film, Never Let Go. There was a documentary that we shot. It was called A Day at Auntie Sherry's. And for me, as an African American woman, I was actually able to explore the Yoruba culture. I got a chance to cook with the ladies and actually go out and shop at an African food market, which was very, very interesting. And they really broke everything down to me to tell me, all of the differences when it comes to what the woman does in the Yoruba culture. And I got a chance to really appreciate Yoruba women and what they do and what they bring to the family. They are most definitely the backbone. And I also got a chance on this documentary to really interact with husband and wife and see how beautifully their relationship was, just off camera, and how they were their 5-year-old selves just, interacting with each other, and how one was not complete without the other. And even though in this culture, the man is definitely the one that is the provider, and the woman is definitely the one that provides for the family and is the foundation of the family, just to see how much they really appreciated each other was really, really awesome and magnificent to see. And I think with the documentary, it prepared me so much for this role. Like, if we didn't do the documentary, I definitely wouldn't be where I am right now in my process as Bella, because I'm really able to understand what it means, what it truly means to marry into another culture. Yoruba women, I heard a saying on the documentary that, it's okay to have a bad husband, but it's not okay at all to not have your in-laws, really love you. So these women, they support each other. If the sisters, if the aunties, if they don't approve of you, you will have no relationship. So I thought that was really, really awesome, because, to compare it to some of my experiences as an African American woman, I can just say that sometimes the families don't get along, and that does not do anything to separate the relationship. Sometimes I've had, situations where the mother and the son no longer get along because he's married a woman that the mother didn't approve of. In this culture, that would not happen, or the relationship just wouldn't sustain, because it's so important that the family accepts you before you can truly be accepted into the family. And then it goes back to my character, Dio. It was so important for him that I met his family and that they approve of me. Well, in the film, Labisi plays my friend that I've been friends with since I was in kindergarten, and she's really the person who has taught me all about the culture. So I've had a long time to really learn about the culture. Another cool fact is that my father taught in Lagos in the 80s. So the fact that I'm friends with Labisi speaks a lot to that, and it speaks a lot to Bella's character. I'm really, really excited that Labisi's role just keeps on expanding, because it seems like it gets bigger and bigger, and I feel like it's really, really important to show the fact that I was friends with a Yoruba woman who really taught me all about the culture and helped me to appreciate it as I grew. And I think one of the reasons why I am attracted to a Nigerian man in this film, and why I know how amazing they are and how amazing they treat their women, is because what I've learned from my best friend's character, Labisi, the fact that she really takes me under her wing and teaches me to cook. The fact that she, takes times out of her schedule to show me how to dress properly, and also just the love that I feel from her. In my character Bella's life, she goes through a lot of different changes. There's a moment where, she just feels this emptiness, and she can always go to Labisi and feel that love and that warmth. I think with a lot of the scenes that we have together, it shows how that really affects the way that I want to even go further into this culture. I'm a very strong woman, but at the same time, I'm willing to be free and to explore and to actually do what I need to do to change myself to be with the person that I love, and not necessarily lose myself. Bella never loses herself, but she always is open to these new ideas. And I think that comes a lot from the relationship that I have with Labisi. Well, for Bella, Titilayo is a huge surprise, and it's really, really interesting to see how she deals with Titilayo's character. It's obvious that this woman is very strong, but Bella also shows that she's strong as well. I think that Titilayo's character is a very interesting one because she's a woman who knows what she wants, and she's going to go after it, and she's going to get it by any means necessary. And I think that that woman is represented in every woman across the board, African American, Nigerian, whatever you want to say. That is a part of a woman where if we know that we want something, we know that we deserve that thing, we're going to go for it, and we're going to give 110%. So I actually really appreciate Titilayo's character. Now, as far as Bella's concerned, she is, the crook in my neck. She ruffles my feathers. She's that person that makes me really question if this guy is mine, if our love is enough to sustain. And I think that ultimately Bella proves that she's in love with this guy. For the past year, she has been in love with this guy. Her life will not be the same. And she also, even though she's a very sweet girl, finds the courage to do what she needs to do to come back and stand up and say, you know what, this is my guy. I love him. Too bad, you lost out. You really, really lost out, because I can't live my life without this guy. And I think that tug of war between Titilayo and Bella is a beautiful struggle. It's really, really awesome. And I think that there will be protagonists and antagonists in the film, in the theaters, watching, rooting for one or the other. And all I can do is hope that they root for me more than they root for her. I definitely think that it makes a lot of sense. I personally feel opposites attract. And I think that, it goes beyond skin color. It's beyond skin deep. I think that when you're dating someone that has a totally different outlook on life, it can be very beautiful because you're always teaching each other. Personally, I think that it's amazing. I'm definitely able to lend to this character because I'm a person that is very open. I'm not closed-minded. I've never been that way. So I think that it's really, really awesome to see how African Americans and Africans can, be together. And no matter what the background is, no matter what the culture is, no matter what the traditions are, when love is love, it breaks through every single boundary. And I think that's what we get to see on Never Let Go movie. And I think that it's going to be very beautiful for people to see out there as well. People who think that maybe this thing won't last. I think there'll be a lot of people that come out to see this film and say, you know what? I can do this because she did it, because he did it. And I think that's beautiful.